Welcome to the Builders of Authority podcast, a show committed to helping you build authority for your brand. In the realm of business and personal branding, authority stands as a cornerstone. Authority isn't built overnight, it's built over time. So join us as we build something remarkable together. And now, here's your host, Adam McChesney.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Builders of Authority podcast. We are live here at Adventure Unknown. As always, if you haven't been up to Adventure Unknown, you're here in the St. Louis area, send me a message. Would love the opportunity to show you around, show you the amazing podcast studio that we have here, thanks to Punchline Productions. They're the ones that help us not just edit the podcast, but film the podcast, produce it. So that way I just get to show up, have a great conversation with guests, and then they take it every step of the way after that. But we have a lot of different stuff going on up here at Adventure Unknown, always adding new perks and benefits. So we'd love to show you around here. And we're excited that today's guest is also a member here at Adventure Unknown. He was actually the first person that brought me to AU about 18 months ago. I think we met probably 3 or 4 years prior to that at a BNI meeting that Pat actually brought me to. And then we stayed connected online ever since. One day we met up here to network. At the time, we both weren't members, and then ended up joining around the same time about a year ago. Now we're both board members here at AU as well. So excited for the conversation with today's guest, Ed Fogelbach. Ed, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
Yeah, so tell people a little bit about who Ed is.
Ed is a father of 9, grandfather of 7.
Busy.
Yeah, we can pretty much stop the conversation right there. That's the most important part of me right now. You're still young, so you don't know this yet, but grandparenting it's an amazing part of life that I'm glad I'm gotten to do. And also I get to do a lot because my grandkids are around a lot. I got 9 incredible children. They are from 23 to 34. They do all kinds of different things. Not one of them is the same, which is, I guess, to be expected. And they're all local except for one, so that gives me some great benefits there too. But when I'm not doing that, my main source of I guess entertainment now outside of that is I own insurance agencies. I have 3 locations here in St. Louis, one in Chesterfield, one in Eureka, one in Pacific. Pacific is where my main office is. That's where I operate out of. It's a good 1 mile from my house.
Oh, there you go.
So I do all insurance except health. Health is bad. That's just such a bad market. But specializing in commercial insurance mainly. But home and auto and life, but then also commercial has been really good to me. I've learned a lot about that and become quite a specialist in that.
That's awesome. How long have you been in the space?
How long been in insurance?
Yes.
So 11 years. I started in August of August of 14. Not long after I retired from being a police officer, a firefighter. Which I did for about 25 years. It's a whole nother life ago. It's hard to remember that I was even that until some of the stories or the memories come up.
Yeah.
But so 11 years in the insurance world, and the way that started was totally by accident. When I retired, I was going to go into real estate. A friend of mine, you may know him, Phil Vincent. Had talked to me about doing wholesaling of houses, which he is quite the guru at, and was going to give me all the secrets and tell me everything I need to know. And then out of nowhere, I got this generic email from the district manager, a guy by the name of Matt Wolk for Farmers Insurance here locally. And in that email, it was a recruiting email. It told me all the wonderful things that I could become and how much money I can make and how successful I would be in, in about a day and a half of being insurance. So I'm like, well, I mean, that's got to be true.
Yeah.
But I looked into it, and it was amazing how much the farmers aspect, but just insurance in general, fit the life I had lived of protecting and serving. And it made sense to me, where I was able to take what I knew from the police and fire aspect of life and bring that to the everyday consumer with insurance, and have maybe a different perspective and different angle on insurance than some agents would have, because I've seen it used. I've seen the crashes. I've been to the fires. I've like everything that you use insurance for. I've been involved. So it's just a different perspective whenever I talk to people about why insurance is important and how you would use it and how it protects your financial future. So it just made sense. And from the get-go, and I hate to say this on a TV screen or whatever, but it's been easy. And it's been easy just because it just fits.
Yeah. So when you say easy, let's dive into that. What specifically about it?
So I don't struggle to have conversations with people about insurance. And again, I think a lot of that goes back to I know how it gets used, and I know that it's so random. There's nobody who is immune to the potential of needing it.
Yeah.
And I've seen the lack of it destroy people's lives.
Sure.
Whether it be, they don't have home insurance or don't have full coverage on their cars in order to replace it, or, the worst, somebody loses their husband or wife and has no ability to make up those financial downfalls that occur. So when you got that in the back of your head, telling people about it, I think is easier than somebody who is just starting out and has not lived the stories, where they're telling somebody else's stories of, oh, well, this other agent told me about this, but they haven't been on the scene of somebody losing their home. And I think that comes through when I talk to my clients, that I've seen the losses that they could have that I'm trying to help them rebuild from.
Yeah.
Insurance agents and insurance itself, we can't stop any of the losses. Crashes happen, fires happen, death happens. So the insurance doesn't stop it.
Yeah.
But if we can get you as close to back to normal as quickly as possible on the financial side, then it's easier to personally recover from the losses. But that's where it's been easier. They talk about with insurance, the hardest part of the job is picking up the phone. It's the heaviest thing in your office is that phone, the fear of rejection. Well, I spent 25 years talking to people that didn't want to talk to me in the police work, and rejection's kind of normal. So I don't hang up or I get caught up on people telling me no or being even upset. Don't call me again. Okay, I won't. Next.
Yeah. So kind of what I'm hearing then is like from the organic side of just getting started based on your experience, both in the rejection aspect, but then also in the ability to probably relate to people and help them foresee the importance of what you're selling, has really just allowed you to kind of like go into your zone of genius, if you will, and be able to be successful doing that, where it's felt natural. And with that has probably came in the aspect of like, hey, where most people don't want to pick up the phone, where most people are afraid of, saying no, where most people don't have the experience of saying, hey, if you don't have insurance, if you're not protected, I've seen what that looks like. I'm assuming that's where a lot of agents struggle.
Yeah, that's what I see also is it's that rejection aspect of sales. It's huge. It is such a barrier. Now there was a time when I guess years ago, you had to go door to door, and then now we can call people.
Yeah.
Well, now there's the anonymous of texting and emailing, and there's a lot of newer agents who will fail because it's all text and email, because it's there's less personal rejection on a text or an email. But making that connection is vital in the insurance world, in my opinion. There's a personal aspect to it. And you hear it all the time. You buy from the people you know, like, and trust.
Yep.
So it's hard to get to know, like, or trust somebody over a text or an email. But the conversations over the phone and even especially face to face. I have a client right now who is an executive with the Urban League. Okay. And he's actually a client that I purchased another agency a couple of years ago, and he was already a client with them. So he had an issue with his bank that needed my assistance. I helped him out, and I hadn't actually spoken to him yet. My staff had talked to him and dealt with him, but so last night he had called in after hours, and I tend to work late. So I spoke to him, and we started having a conversation. I told him I took care of his issue, but then we just started talking, and that's when I found out he was the executive with the Urban League, and we started talking about just that he has some events coming up where he's having community come in and learn different things about how to buy a home and how to do the loan process and all these different things. And as we're talking, we had a good conversation, and now I'm going to go do the insurance part of that for him. And it was just out of building that relationship, it was over the phone, but building that relationship with the client. Next thing you know, now I'm going to go down to the Urban League and spend some time teaching some people on how insurance works and how you can how you leverage that with buying your home and such. And it's just having the conversations and being open to people seems to be easy for me.
Yeah. So kind of transitioning with that conversation when it came to, because I have friends that have been in insurance, left insurance, still in insurance, but like struggling along the way because they can't find new business. Talk to me a little bit about maybe some things you've tried, or just that of like, hey, how can I get involved? I know you do a lot of stuff with charity and community and nonprofits, but talk to me just about like how you have actually built your brand where people are like, hey, I want to obviously do business with you, or how do you find those people? And, or I'm sure referrals and word of mouth from current customers have obviously really relayed well for you too.
I have a buddy, and he's actually he does some of my I guess social media type work. It's mainly like with my reviews and such. Well, he sent me an email last night, and it was he wants me to teach him how I am able to do all this networking I do. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't know anybody that networks as much as you do. And I don't necessarily feel like I'm some awesome networker, but my first thought whenever I read that email was, the key to networking for me is not caring about me. It's the person I'm talking to. I want to know how it is I can help them. I've come to find out, and you can call it whatever you want. In the B&I world, it's called giver's gain. In the Bible, it's you reap what you sow. In secular world, it's karma. Yeah. Whatever you want to call it, it's it's, it all comes back some way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So somewhere along the line, I learned just see what I can do for somebody else. So when I have a conversation with somebody, if they're a business person, I really want to try to find out how can I help their business grow. I might not be able to buy from them personally. A lot of times I can't. But if I can find somebody who can, or if I can talk to them about something that has worked for me, but if we leave that conversation and that person only knew my name, but I know everything about their business or how I can help their business, that's a successful conversation for me.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of when he emailed me about, being a networker. I'm like, well, what can I do for the person I'm talking to? And when I go to other groups, it's I go to BNI, it's listening to 30 people tell me how I can help them that day. Now I get to tell them also.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember what it is they need for their business. So what has led to the majority of my success is referrals. But a lot of I get so many referrals from other business people. And actually my top regular referral person, that's not a member of AU. I get amazing amount of referrals from AU, like unexpected, and but is a State Farm agent.
Okay.
So a fellow insurance competitor, really the chief competitor.
Yeah.
Farmers and State Farm, but he sends me so many commercial clients because State Farm has a small box for commercial.
Sure.
So, if they do it, great. But if they don't, then he has the potential of maybe losing the policy he has with that client because he can't do one policy or something.
Sure. Yeah.
So he sends that to me knowing that I'm just going to be an extension of him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk to them about their home and auto or whatever policy he has. I'm just going to solidify that commercial product.
Yep.
So that the client he has doesn't go somewhere else where that agent's going to try to take it all. And that's been a great way of how I've been able to build up the referrals. And that goes back to, okay, how can I help him? I can build my business a little bit by helping him keep his business and continue to grow it. And that's been the big thing, is how do you help the person across the table?
Well, you said a lot of just eye-opening things there. I think for the listeners, right? Like a competitor, quote unquote, sending you that, but it was really built on the foundation of trust, of saying, hey, I need to look at Ed as not a competitor, but an extension of my company, so I can do what's best for the client and make sure that they don't go find somebody that can do it all. That's a lot of trust that somebody puts in you to be able to do that. And then simultaneously being like, hey, whether it's stuff with AU or other networking events, of being able to go, hey, I'm just going to go look out for that other person and figure out. And that's the conversation we had up here, 18 months ago, was just like us getting to know each other. But what do you specialize in? Who are you looking to meet? What's a good referral? All those different things. And a lot of people will, whether it's going to a BNI or joining a group or just posting on social media, so many people are in it for the what's in it for me right now. And I tell people, is like, I understand if you're, hey, like I need stuff to pay the bills and all those different things. But if you're always chasing the next immediate thing and you're not building those long-term relationships, you're going to consistently, you might get by next month, but the month after that, you're going to be in the same boat as you are right now. And so obviously I've seen it happen with you, but knowing that if you water that stuff over and over and over again, it's the work that you started doing years and years ago that has now, it's paying off where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have to probably go do everything I was doing before. I'm doing a lot of it still, but the amount of referrals you're getting is significantly different from when you first got started, obviously.
Oh yeah. The whole building, it is you have to build that foundation of eventually, if you build it, they will come, or whatever. But if you do have to build that. But at the same time, you do have to be wise enough to get the quick hitters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because at the same time that if you only do quick hitters, the future might run out. Mm-hmm. If you are only trying to get clients in the future, you need to eat today.
Yeah.
So there's a gentleman named Robert Wolk. He's actually the father of Matt Wolk, who I had mentioned earlier with the district, and Robert used to be district manager, but he has a phrase that whenever he was selling, he would use, and that is, my policies have nutritional value. You don't buy it, I don't eat. And so there is you need the quick hitters. You need the internet leads and we don't really do cold calling out of my office, but we have companies that do, and then they send us the rare successes. But so you need different types of quick leads that people who are looking for something right now.
Yep.
But then you need the ones that you never ask about their insurance.
Yeah.
You don't, hey, can I do your insurance? It's, hey, you get to know me. And over time, if you see that I can become of some sort of value to you in the future, great. If not, on the insurance side, if you already have a guy, great. It doesn't change the relationship I want to have with you or the fact that I want you to grow your business. We have 5 or so insurance agents here in AU. And totally unexpected, after I joined, within a month, one of the agents here gave me a monstrous lead. Like it was a big one.
Yeah.
Within a month.
Yeah.
And it was his own. It was his condo association that he lives in. Okay, that has a home in.
Yeah.
And like that just spoke volumes to me about the club and how it works, but then also the zero expectation of something like that.
Yeah.
And having no expectations of people makes your relationship with them so much better. Like you go into a relationship, especially a business, and if you think that if I start this relationship, they're going to do business with me, eventually that relationship's going to erode because you have made that relationship based on something you're expecting them to do.
Yes.
That one, they probably don't know that.
Yeah. It's never communicated.
And 2, that shouldn't be what the relationship is based on.
Yeah.
You don't, on the insurance side, you don't know whose brother or whose uncle or who's the worst, not the worst, but the hardest. The situations are like if you have a relationship with this guy or this girl, but their spouse's brother is the insurance guy. And he's like, I don't really want him as my insurance guy, but my wife,
Yeah.
So I don't even, never have that expectation. It's just, here, how can I help your business, or how can I grow you even personally? And in that, you're going to flourish so much more, even if it's not financially.
So as you're kind of talking about like the authority that's been built, the referrals, the experience, all that stuff, I know in the insurance space, very similar to many competitive spaces where there's, as you just mentioned, like somebody's brother and sister and cousin of second cut, all the different stuff, right? Everybody knows somebody. When people are shopping around, right? So let's say you've had somebody that's been around for a while and all of a sudden like they're coming back to you and saying, well, I got this quote cheaper here and all that stuff. How have you shifted the conversation to not just focus on price all of the time in an industry where a lot of people are commoditizing what it is that you do?
That's my number one conversation, and I'll start that with anybody who says, "Hey, how can I refer you? How can I, how can I help you get business?" The number one thing I will tell them is never tell anybody I will save them money. And I saw some ad this morning about, hey, everybody, we're saving people. It was a Facebook post. We're saving people money a lot lately. And what you'll never get from me is, let me save you money. Because in an insurance policy, the most important thing shouldn't be price to start with.
Yeah.
The most important thing is finding out what coverage you need. Okay. And then once we figure out what coverage you need and why you need it, and I want my client to understand why. I don't want to just say, you need this, and then go, okay.
Yeah.
I want them to understand the purpose of an umbrella policy, the purpose of, comprehensive and collision on their auto, the purpose of a good workers' comp policy in their business. There's reasons for these policies, not just because the law says you have to have them. So I want them to understand what those numbers mean. What's that 100, 300 mean? Like my clients, when they get done with our conversation, I want them to understand that. Then once they see, okay, this is what I need, and then we go back and we look and, well, what's that cost? All right. And that's where decisions have to be made. There is no amount of insurance that can protect you from everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So we base that level that we come up with on a few different things, but it's individualized. It's no two people should be insured the same just because, my buddy has this, so I need this.
Yeah.
So after we figure out what that person needs and they understand what they need and why they need it, then we start looking at the price and how to, that might be cheaper. It might be cheaper. It might save them money, but it wasn't my goal.
Yeah.
My goal was get them insured properly.
Yeah.
If it's cheaper, wonderful. If it's in their price range, wonderful. If it's not, then we have to make some decisions. And it's the same hard decisions that people make on the financial part of life all the time is, do I want Kraft cheese or do I want Borden? Well, I'm getting Kraft. Okay. I will not buy something to make sure I get Kraft cheese. Okay. And it's the same thing with the insurance. I need this, but I can't afford all of that. What can I reduce? Talk to people about that with life insurance all the time. It's like, you need $1 million life insurance policy. I can't afford $1 million life insurance policy. No problem. Get 150.
Yep.
Don't walk away with zero, the same place you're in.
Yeah.
Okay. Get what you can afford now, and you can build up. Same thing on the insurance. But if I lose somebody on price, okay.
Yeah.
If I lose somebody on service or because we didn't cover them properly, that'll aggravate me.
Yeah.
That I don't want.
Yep.
But price, it's the thing I can't control.
Well, and I also think as well as you mentioned, like you saw that post this morning where somebody is talking about that, I think, and I mean, I see the same thing in digital marketing. We deal with the same thing in auto glass, like every industry. If your goal is to get people in because of price, you're a race to the bottom. Right? Something is going to suffer. You're not going to be profitable. You're going to struggle in all the other aspects, and you're probably going to attract a lot of the wrong clients. The ones that, hey, you got them in because you saved them $100, but then they're the ones calling you all the time. The ones that are all of those different things. But the other aspect of it is, as you kind of mentioned, it's like, how do we find you the right policy? Because a lot of people are underinsured. So it's like, hey, I understand you want to save money. And you may be able to save money if you go to X, Y, and Z because they're putting you in the wrong plan. So it does come back to that value plus education. Plus, if we save you money, that's just cherry on the top.
Yep. The key to that, though, of everything is being able to have that conversation.
Yeah.
And so when I get referrals, which majority of everything I do now is referrals, those conversations are easy to have.
Yeah.
But when I have clients that are internet leads or people are just call in and, hey, my insurance went up, and we can't really convince them to improve their coverage, but at the same coverage they're at now or cheaper, and they're like, okay, I'll go with you. Well, that gives me 6 months to a year to build a relationship with them, get them hopefully to understand a little more about insurance, why it's important. Because inevitably, if we won them on price, we're going to lose them on price.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So we have to give them something more. And that's, so somebody, if we win them on price, if we get them there on that, then I need to show them there's more value that I can provide.
Yeah.
And if I can't, then, I got them for 6 months or a year, and I'll take any client I can get to start with, as long as they're not going to, we have fired clients before, but it's sales. So if you're going to make a profit off of it in some way, you do want to,
it happens.
Try that. But the retention is vital, and the way you retain clients is you have to show them there's something more to you than that price. You can't always do that. Yeah. Sometimes I have people that doesn't matter how much I've tried, they don't want to talk to me, which I can understand. But you do what you can, and
part of the game.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, Ed, this has been a great episode. I really appreciate you coming in. Where can people stay connected with you online, learn more about you, but also everything that you have going on?
So my website is insurancewithed.com.
Love it.
That way, if anybody were to say, hey, how do you have your insurance? Oh, I have my insurance with Ed.
Yeah.
And if something bad happens, I should have had my insurance with Ed. So insurancewithed.com, and then I am on Facebook at the Fogelbach Agency, or even just, I'm super public personally. So Ed Fogelbach is, if you can't find me, then you're not looking.
Yeah, not looking hard enough. Well, awesome. Well, we'll put all that stuff in the show notes. Again, thank you to Ed for coming into today. Incredible episode. Learned a lot, specifically myself, just on how to position value and making sure that you're doing and paying it forward, right? It's going to ultimately come back in many different ways. And Ed shared his story of in the insurance space over the last 11 years, how he's built authority and consistently is getting new business from referrals, word of mouth, all that good stuff as well. So if you're listening this on a podcasting platform, make sure to subscribe to the channel and download these episodes and leave us a 5-star review. And if you're watching on YouTube, also subscribe to the channel, like the video, and then leave a comment with your thoughts on what you learned here from today's episode. Doing all that stuff and sharing it on social media goes a long way, helps us get this information out to more people. Leaving 5-star reviews, subscribing, and consuming our content, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening or watching to today's episode. We will see you all next week. And remember, authority isn't built overnight, it's built over time.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. We sure do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to the show wherever you consume podcasts. This way you'll get notifications as new episodes become available. If you feel so inclined, please leave us a review. We sure do appreciate it. Until next time, friends.